Hi, my name is Dana Lampy, and I am the Iowa Future Business Leaders of America State Advisor. Thank you very much for agreeing to be a judge for us this year at our State Leadership Conference. Students have been planning for the conference and their performances for at least the last couple of months. Some of them have put in a lot of time in preparation. Thank you again for giving your time back to listen to these students' performances and giving them some feedback in preparation for their national conference. This year's conference is being held in Coralville at the Marriott Hotel. Please arrive at the hotel and park in the parkade. Enter the hotel and meet us up on the second floor in the Borlaug room. Notice that there are two doors. The first door is for the judges and the second door is for the event coordinators. Please enter the first door. Depending on your event, try to arrive at least 30 minutes prior to the event scheduled time. That way you can check in, meet with your event coordinators, discuss how the procedures of timing and that sort of thing is going to go, and also get adjusted into your room. At check-in, you'll also receive a packet of the event information and guidelines, your rating sheets, and anything else that you might need for the event. Now, in most cases, many of you have already received your prejudged projects, maybe like a digital video or a report to read, and some of you have already received the cases that you need to prepare for. Please make sure if you have any prejudged event that you bring them along, because we will give those back to the students. Also, you're welcome to make comments and marks on those events. Students will have an opportunity to make changes to them prior to going to national conference if they make it. So please, comments, notes, suggestions, they're definitely welcome. After you check in, an event coordinator will come meet you in the judges' room, and they will escort you to the room that you are going to be judging for the rest of the day. That event coordinator is there to help you. You guys are you're going to be kind of a team. In most cases, there's two judges in the event and an event coordinator. Now, the event coordinator, they're responsible for making sure that the students get into the room. They're also responsible for making sure that if the event is timed, that they keep track of the time, and they make sure that they let you know and the student know when they're going to give an indication of the time being up. Now, some of the events are open, or what we consider open, which means that other people, other students, other advisors, other guests can come in and listen to those events. The event coordinator is responsible for making sure that no one comes in the middle of a presentation, but once the presentation is over, they'll make sure that everyone who wants to come out of the room can come out, and anyone who wants to come into the room can come in. Again, the event coordinator is the person who's responsible for making sure all that happens. Now, during your judging process, you'll be given some time to deliberate between each one of your performances. Hopefully we give you enough time. Sometimes I know we kind of speed you guys along, so I apologize if we do, because we do need to try to stay on time as best as possible, because students' events sometimes go back to back. But in the end, you will be given time to kind of get back together if you need to go over your rating sheets. Now, depending on if there is another event in your room when it is finished, you're welcome to stay in that room. But if there is an event that needs to come in afterwards, we might need to bring you just back to the judges' room so you and your partner can kind of go through your rating sheets and identify who was first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And how do you do that? Now, your event coordinator will help you with this and make sure that all the numbers come out, because we cannot have any ties. There's a sheet, it's called the event report form, that you, or basically the event coordinator, will fill out, but you do need to make sure that you, both judges, are in agreement on who is placed first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. I'll say it again. We can't have any ties. We didn't order 2 first place trophies. We ordered a first, second, third, and fourth and fifth trophy. Now, again, your event coordinator is the person that's going to be there to make sure that everything gets done. They're there to help you out and to answer any questions if you have any. When you're all finished, make sure that you come back to the judges' room if you haven't already done so. Check out with Jody or whoever is manning the table at that time. Make sure that you turn in all of the projects and turn in all of the materials back to the judges coordinator so that we can use them and send them back to the students at the end of the event. Conference attire is extremely important. Students during the performance or events are supposed to be in what we consider business attire. If we haven't already sent you a link, we'll make sure that we get you the link with the information on the dress code and what is appropriate. Generally, business suits is what's accepted. Men, they're pretty easy. The boys are pretty easy to make sure that they're in dress code. As long as they're in a shirt, a jacket, and a tie, they're probably pretty good. Ladies are a little bit more difficult to judge. Now, your responsibility as a judge is not to say, no, your dress code is inappropriate, you can't compete. That's a responsibility for the event coordinator. But it is your responsibility as a judge on the rating sheet to make an indication if you think that their dress was inappropriate. Especially for those interview events, there is an indication, I believe even 5 points, where you can take off if you think that their attire did not meet your expectations. In addition, if you feel that the dress code wasn't met, but maybe it's not on the rating sheet and you want to make note of it, please do so in the comments. Also, we do ask that our judges, our advisors, and our chaperones and event facilitators also dress in business attire. So please take a moment and look at that dress code and make sure you're in the proper attire also. Okay, one last thing. I do want to invite you and make sure that you get fed. For those of you judges that are coming on Thursday, we will be ordering a variety of pizzas, and they will be held in headquarters. So when you get there or when you're finished, or if you have just a slight break time, please stop in headquarters and pick up a slice of pizza. All right, if you're coming on Friday, on Friday we host a luncheon. It's a come and go luncheon. It's on the second floor. It's right there in what they call the commons area. And we'll have sandwiches and chips and some pasta salad and some fruit salad and those sorts of things. So that starts at 11 o'clock and goes, I think, until about 2 o'clock. So make sure that you either come beforehand and get lunch or stay after and get lunch. And if you're going a long stint, we'll make sure that you get some lunch in between time. Now, for those of you that are coming Sunday, we'll have some donuts. Our students are doing a walk for the March of Dimes, and we always order donuts for them, and so some of those donuts will also be brought up to headquarters. So we'll make sure that we feed you. Otherwise, thank you so much for, again, participating and volunteering your time for these students. We greatly appreciate it. So see you soon.